Shalom, family. This is Grammy Yah. I'm coming today with some potatoes, you guys. This is going to be sliced potatoes, but we're going to still can them, but they're going to be sliced. All right. I've been doing this sliced potatoes for about 6 months now, and I said, let me just show you guys what I've been doing here lately. Instead of just cutting out potatoes in chunks, I'm going to use my mandolin to slice them. And since they're going to be sliced, you guys, they will be ready for, if you like the au gratin potatoes, it'll be ready for that. Just add all your ingredients. I like them for when I do fried potatoes and onions. They already cooked, they already sliced, and I just like brown them and throw my green peppers and onions in it. So delicious. And they will be soft enough if you want homemade mashed potatoes. So easy. You can get so much out of it. You can do a lot of recipes, and they're already going to be sliced for you. So that takes out a lot of the work. So let me just show you. Okay, today I am using quart-sized jars, and this is about 5 pounds of potatoes, and maybe a little more, but I'm hoping that it will give me at least 7 jars. All right, because I like to have my canner running on a full load, and I know you do too. So what we're going to do is, I'm just wondering if I can slice them over. Yeah, I'm slicing them over the jar. I'm scared of this mandolin. I need to get a new mandolin because I lost the top piece. So this is scary. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just slice them, and then I'm going to just put them in there, but it's doing pretty good. So let me just show you the size of, yeah, they're going everywhere. I'm just going to go ahead and slice them over a bowl. You see? And these will hold up very, very well in your canner. All right? I was just trying to cut out a step, you guys. Y'all know me. If I can cut out a step, I'm going to cut out a step. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and just slice some right now. I know you're saying, Grammy, don't cut your hand. I don't want to cut my hand. All right, let me get some sliced so I can at least get a couple of jars filled for you. And the only thing I'm going to put in my jars is going to be just a little bit of salt. I'm not going to load it up with salt, maybe like a half a teaspoon of salt, okay? Because I will be adding salt to my dish. They're going everywhere, but that's fine. But this is so much quicker than trying to slice it by hand. I'm gonna get them. All right, I may have enough to go into the jar now. All right, and so when you put your potatoes in the jar, you just try to put them in there kind of strategically, because we want to get as many in these jars as possible, okay? So, you know, it's almost like, anybody ever played the game Tetris? It's like Tetris. So you want to put as many in here as possible. All right? And like I said, see? And they will not come out mushy. I promise you. As long as you have it set, your mandolin set on, at least, it looks like it's maybe like 1/4 of an inch thick. Yeah. And they're going to come out beautiful, you guys. Yeah. So you want to stuff these babies, because when they cook, you don't want them to rise up to be up to the top and all that water is going to be down. No, you want a full jar of potatoes. So you want to stuff these like you're trying to put 10 toes in one sock, okay? And here we go. So that's one jar, and I'm just gonna use some regular sea salt, you guys. You can use pink Himalayan sea salt. You can use the Canon pickling salt. All right, and I'm just gonna put just a half a teaspoon in there. And you see how tight this is? This is tight, all right? And so I'm just gonna pour water into my jar. To the 1-inch headspace. And then we're gonna have to debubble. And watch these bubbles. Watch these bubbles. You want to get these bubbles up out of here. I hope you can see it. Do y'all see those bubbles coming up to the top? I don't know if you can see it on camera, but yeah, these bubbles are coming to the top. So we want to debubble. We want to get all the air bubbles out. Okay. And you just push your potatoes right back down in there. And that's it. And then once you debubble, you may lose some headspace. But that's okay. Because we're just going to take the water and just fill it back up to the 1-inch headspace right there. And so you guys, so all throughout me canning, I used to cut my potatoes in little chunks, right? And I have videos, and I'll leave a video how I cut it in chunks, and they never come out mushy, you guys, never. So if you don't like this method, I'll leave the video of me just cutting potatoes in the regular chunks, and you can go from there. And so now, I'm not dealing with any grease or anything like that. And I'm just going to just wipe off my rims. And while you're wiping, make sure that there's no nicks and cracks on your rims, okay? Just push them down there. Just wipe them. Like I said, there's no grease here. And you just want to I just use water. And my potatoes are room temperature, and my water is room temperature. And then we're just going to put the lid and the ring on, fingertip tight. That's it. You guys, as I'm loading this jar up, I said I was going to do a couple of them in front of you. I ran across some potatoes that didn't look good. We do not want to use these potatoes in canning. No, this may compromise our food. So anything that looks like this, we don't want it. We put that in the trash, all right? So as I'm stuffing these jars, I did run across those bad looking potatoes. Sometimes you can't tell until you slice them up, unfortunately. So just pay attention to your potatoes, all right? Like I said, half a teaspoon of salt. Room temperature water. Debubble. Because if you don't debubble, it will cause siphoning, you guys. And you will notice that there's not going to be a lot of water in your potatoes. All right? And so when you get ready to make your, see, here's one right here. I missed it. I'm glad. I don't like that. So, yeah, like I said, we don't want nothing to compromise our potatoes. So what I'm going to do is when I get ready to make my fried potatoes and onions, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pour off the water the starchy water and then just cook them. And some people you can keep the starchy water if you want to, and you can use that as your base for some type of soup. All right, so that's it. So that's all I want to let you know. Just be careful when you are slicing your potatoes. If you run across a bad area, just don't can it at all. All right, I'll see you at the canner. All right, I am finished filling my jars. I had a little over 5 pounds of potatoes, and it gave me 7 quart-sized jars, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to load them up. My water inside my canner is room temperature. The water inside my jars is room temperature, okay? And let me just tell you, if you are new to cooking, when you after you peel your potatoes to keep them from turning brown, you just put them in water. Just put them in cold water and just let them sit in cold water, and they will stay nice and white through the whole process. All right. And so now I have my 7 quart-sized jars. I'm going to make sure this is in the middle of my eye. I will throw about a tablespoon of vinegar in my water because I have hard water. And if you have hard water, your jars will come out cloudy. We don't want this to come out cloudy, right? I am working with a Presto 23-quart canner, you guys. And the most important thing is the lid. You want to make sure that, see this vent pipe right here? You want to make sure you can see straight through it. This little rubber gasket, you want to make sure that rubber gasket is up in there nice and snug. And this little button right here that goes up and down, turn one away from you and then turn the other toward you. Make sure that is tight, because if it's not tight, your canner will not come up to pressure. All right? And so once I get this top on, oh, I got to turn it around the wrong way. Here we go. And like I said, make sure that your canner is in the middle of your eye. All right? I'm going to turn this on medium high. This is on medium high. All right? So once this little vent pipe right here starts to shoot steam steady, it's going to be shooting steam steady. And once it shoots steam steady for 10 minutes, I will bring you back. All right, this vent pipe has been shooting steam steady for 10 minutes. Now I will put my weight regulator on it, and I now have to wait until it comes up to 10. 10 is for my elevation, and I need 10 pounds of pressure. If you do not know your elevation, just Google it. All right, family, my canner is on high. I'm going to turn my canner down a little bit. I will set my timer now for 40 minutes. I have reached 10 pounds of pressure. I will let it process for 40 minutes because I am working with quart-sized jars and I am working with potatoes. If your gauge go between 10 and 11, that is fine. Once after 40 minutes is up, you want to turn off your fire. Wait and let your canner come down to pressure on its own. Once that button right there drop, it lets you know that your canner is safe to open. But still, I'll wait at least 10 to 15 minutes before I open my canner. All right, family, it's been about 15 or 20 minutes since my canner has come down from pressure. Take off my weight regulator. I got my towel laid out. I'm getting ready to open up this canner. It is a lot of steam in here, you guys. So just because it's been sitting here for 15, 20 minutes doesn't mean that it's not a lot of steam. It's a lot of steam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up away from me and I'm just going to let it back down. There you go. Ooh, the potatoes smell good. Now I'm going to lift it up away from me and I'm going to take it to the sink. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. Oh, All right, let's see what we have here. Look at this. Look at this. You see how they're still intact? Look at that. I told you there is no mushiness at the bottom at all. No water at the bottom. All the potatoes are on the bottom. Look at that. That's why you have to stuff them, you guys. Voila. And there you have it. 7 jars of potatoes, you guys. So like I said, you can use them for mashed potatoes, potatoes au gratin, fried potatoes and onions, whatever recipe that calls for potatoes, you got it right here, you guys. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna let them sit here for at least 24 hours. And in the morning, I'll take off all the rims, I'll wash my jars, and then I will put them in a cool, dry place. You guys, if you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys, and you know I do, but guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.